Why do the wealthy stay wealthy? It's not a mystery, guys. It's a strategy. They're teaching their kids how money works from day one. While too many of you are keeping your children in the dark and then wonder why they struggle with money later on when they're in their 20s, their 30s, even their 40s. But it's time to do things differently. So, Black parents, if you want generational wealth, you have to start teaching generational wisdom right now. You need to start teaching kids about money. And one of the ways to do this is to add your child as an authorized user on your credit card before they even turn 18. I just wanna start a new day. Hi, I'm Sakila Kela Masangu, a 25-year-old retail investor and your favorite money-obsessed girly. So today, we're tackling a topic that's got a lot of parents on the fence. Should you add a minor as an authorized user on your credit card? It's a big question, so let's dive into the risks, the rewards, and ultimately whether or not it's the right move for you or for your child. So, what exactly does it mean to authorize a minor on your credit card? So, authorizing a minor on your credit card means giving them access to your credit. Your child gets their own card with their name on it, right? But here's the catch: you are fully responsible for every single cent that they spend. So, that card is linked to your account. They are a secondary card holder to your account. So every time they swipe, every time they spend the money on the card, you're the one who's going to be liable to pay it back. I know it sounds a little bit risky, but there's more to it than just letting them loose with money, guys. There are many benefits to this. So, one of the biggest benefits is that it helps your child build a credit history early on. Guys, let's really talk about this for a moment. In South Africa, most people don't even start thinking about credit until they need a loan, or they need to buy an apartment, or they need to rent an apartment, excuse me, or they need to buy a house, or they want to buy a car, or they want to get a cell phone contract. They don't. So by adding your child as an authorized user, they have credit history even before they reach adulthood. And then, guys, this could give them a significant head start when applying for loans in the future, and getting better interest rates in the future, and even securing a home one day. I mean, imagine if your parents did that for you. Imagine if your parents did that for you. So why not do that for your child? Plus, having a card teaches them about budgeting and responsibility early on. So you can use this as a tool to guide their spending habits and teach them about real world consequences of debts and repayment. Guys, financial literacy is so important. And this is a hands on way to give them that education. But listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat this too much. I'm going to tell you about the risks involved in this because, I feel like before you make a decision, you need to know the good and the bad. So the risks are, guys, if your child overspends or doesn't understand how credit works, it's your credit score that suffers. And that damage can follow you for years. It could affect your ability to get loans, it could lower your credit score, or even hurt your chances of getting better interest rates on loans, on cars, on whatever really. Another risk is that you might encourage bad financial habits. If your child isn't ready for that responsibility, they may treat the card like it's free money, which could lead to reckless spending and financial trouble down the road. So you don't want to unintentionally teach your child that credit is just a bottomless well of cash that doesn't need to be repaid. So when you do give this to them, you need to make sure that they are ready and that you're going to be monitoring them all the time, and you're going to actually be super hands on in teaching them about money, which actually leads me to the positives. Okay, so now that we've covered all of the scary parts, let's flip the coin and talk about why this could be literally the best decision you could ever make for your child. One thing that we can learn from wealthy families is that they start teaching their children about money from a really young age. And it's no accident that the children who come from rich families grow up to have a better understanding of finances. They're taught early how money works, how to grow it, and more importantly, how to manage it. By authorizing your child on your credit card, you are opening the door to real, practical financial education. You get to teach them things like budgeting, like managing debt, like understanding interest rates, like using credit responsibly, which is something that a lot of us Black people do not know and understand until we are adults, until we've gotten our first debt and it's really messed up our credit score. That's when we start to learn about responsibility. But if you start teaching this to a child, you're setting them up for success in the future, guys. Because when they're adults, they get thrown into the deep end and then suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. That's because your parents didn't teach you. And the thing is, financial literacy is something that you're supposed to be taught by your parents. It's not something that you just magically get by the time you turn 18. So start having these conversations with your kids about money, guys. But guys, I want you to imagine this for a second. By the time your child enters university or even the workplace, after you've added them as an authorized user and already taught them everything that they need to know, they already have a decent credit score by the time they start working or in university. They know how to handle a budget and they're not scared of even talking about money, guys. That confidence in handling finances is a huge advantage. It's one of the reasons why wealthy kids tend to stay wealthy because they've been prepared for financial success all their lives. And the truth is, if we want our kids to do better than us, we need to equip them with the knowledge and tools to succeed. We shouldn't be like, oh no, they're too young to learn about these things. You're never too young to learn about one of the most important things in your life, which is, hate to break it to you, money. And guys, let's not forget that having more conversations about money as a family can lead your child to be more financially literate and comfortable with making money decisions. When money is openly discussed, your child learns to view it as a tool and not something to be feared or misused. They won't be scared of managing it, of investing it, or growing it. They'll see it for what it is, guys, which is a resource that can be harnessed for opportunities, not something that burns a hole in their pockets. That's why, when you watch these episodes of I Blew It, those people didn't get real practical, like financial literacy talks from their parents. They were broke, they didn't know how to use money, and then suddenly they got this huge lump sum of money. And of course, they spent it all because they don't know how to manage it. Who's supposed to teach them if not their parents? So, should you authorize a minor? You know, what's the verdict? Should you let your child be an authorized user on your credit card? Well, it depends, guys. If your child is mature enough to handle their responsibilities and you're committed to guiding them along the way, then yes, this could be an amazing opportunity to set them up for a financial future that is full of success. You're teaching them how to build wealth, how to avoid debt traps, how to grow their financial confidence, and that is priceless. On the other hand, if they're not ready or not yet comfortable with the risk, don't worry, there are plenty of other ways to start teaching them about money. There are prepaid credit cards, there are savings accounts, even cash allowances can still give them a sense of financial responsibility without the high stakes of credits. However, I think, in my personal opinion, this is the best route to go because it doesn't just teach them about finances, but it also improves like their credit score and gives them a credit history well before they get into adulthood. Too many of us adults now are facing a matter of having a very, very low credit score or having no credit score, and it's such a challenge, especially if you don't know what to do. Well, guys, conclusion is this was a very cute short video, hey? In the end, authorizing a minor on your credit card isn't just about giving them access to money. It's about giving them access to knowledge. It's an opportunity to teach them financial habits that will serve them for the rest of their lives. And when it does serve them, when you're looking at your kids and they're in their 20s and they're like thriving, you'll feel really good about yourself that you did this. So, whether you decide to go for it or not, just remember the earlier you start teaching your kids about money, the better prepared they'll be for the future. Yeah, guys, what a cute short episode. I love this. Anyway, that's all for today. Stay obsessed with your money. Teach kids to be obsessed with theirs. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm obsessed with mine because money does a lot for me. It allows me to have such beautiful and enriching experiences. And it also allows me to, help other people. So, yeah, stay obsessed with your money so your money can be obsessed with you. Anyway, remember, this is not financial advice. It's a distribution of financial knowledge and financial literacy. Do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. It's completely free. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely watch the one about how to improve your credit score like I improved mine in a few simple steps. All right, bye.